Good morning, class. Thursday, last day of this week. Remember, there's no school tomorrow, Friday, for the Labor Day weekend. The grand finale of our book here, Home Before Dark. Jack heard a bird singing. He opened his eyes. He was still pointing at the picture of Frog Creek Woods. He peeked out the treehouse window. Outside, he saw the exact same view as the picture of the book. "We're home," whispered Annie. The woods were lit with a golden late afternoon light. The sun was about to set. No time had passed since they had left Frog Creek. So all that time they were in Dinosaur World, well, no time had passed back in their own world. "Jack, Annie," a voice called from the distance. "That's Mom," said Annie. Jack saw their mom far away. She was standing in front of their house. She looked tiny. "Annie, Jack," she called. Annie stuck her head out the window and shouted, "Coming!" Jack still felt dazed. He just stared at Annie. "What happened to us?" he said. "We took a trip in the magic treehouse," said Annie simply. "But it's the same time when we left," said Jack. Annie shrugged. "How did it take us so far away?" said Jack. "And so long ago." "You looked at a picture in a book and said, 'You wish we could go there,'" said Annie. "And the magic treehouse took us there." "But how?" said Jack. "And who built this tree house anyhow? Who put all these books in here?" "A magic person, I guess," said Annie. You see how Annie, she just goes with anything. "Oh, this is how it happened. It's a magic tree house." And, "Oh, look," said Jack. "I almost forgot about this." Jack reached into his pocket and he pulled out the gold medallion. "Someone lost this back there," he said, "in Dinosaur Land. Look, there's a letter M on it." Annie's eyes got round. "You think the N stands for magic person?" she said. "I don't know," said Jack. "I just know someone went to that place before us." "Jack, Annie," their mom called again. "Coming!" Annie shouted again. Jack put the gold medallion back in his pocket. He pulled the dinosaur book out of his pack and put it back with all the other books. Then he and Annie took one last look around the treehouse. "Goodbye, house," whispered Annie. Jack slung his backpack over his shoulder. Annie started down the rope ladder. Jack followed. Seconds later, they hopped to the ground and started walking out of the woods. "No one is going to believe our story," said Jack. "So let's not tell anyone," said Annie. "Dad won't believe it," said Jack. He'll say it was a dream," said Annie. "Mom won't believe it," said Jack. "She'll say it was pretend." "My teacher won't believe it," said Jack. "She'll say you're nuts," said Annie. "We better not tell anyone," said Jack. "I already said that," said Annie. Jack sighed. "I think I'm starting not to believe it myself," he said. They left the woods and started up the road towards their house. As they walked past the houses on their street, the trip to Dinosaur Time did seem more and more just like a dream. Only this world and this time seemed real. Jack reached in his pocket. He clasped the golden medallion. He felt the engraving on the letter M. It made his fingers tickle. Jack laughed. Suddenly, he felt very happy. He couldn't explain what had happened today, but he knew for sure that their trip in the magic treehouse had been for real. It couldn't be a dream, right? Because he's got that medallion from Dinosaur World. Absolutely real. "Tomorrow," Jack said softly, "we'll go back to the woods." "Of course," said Annie. "And we'll climb up the treehouse," said Jack. "Of course," said Annie. "And we'll see what happens next," said Jack. "Of course," said Annie. "Race you!" And they took off together, running for home. Now, if you had a magic treehouse that would take you to other places, where might you go? I've often thought about being able to go in a magic treehouse back in time, maybe to great sporting events, or maybe to a huge war, or maybe to this book. There's a lot more just like it. In fact, I believe there's 46 books that Mary Pope Osborne wrote, including this Magic Treehouse. And if you read more of them, you'll see that letter M actually stands for a person, a magic person that has a name that starts with an M, and you can learn more about them. I have a lot of these in my classroom. Just let me know if you ever would like to borrow one of them. All right, as far as this one goes now, when you turn in your packet, next week, Sunday or Monday, when you turn in your packet, turn this book in with your packet. I'll be sending out a new book. The new book is called Binocular. It's a fantasy book about a scary rabbit that's kind of like a vampire rabbit. All right, God's blessings on the rest of your day.